All right. It's my very first live stream. So if you are in the chat room, hello. This is more than just bacon. The podcast, and the title of this live stream is Live Lessons Learned. And I'm going to tell you right now, I learned a huge lesson today. This being my first live stream and all. I had a guest lined up, and unfortunately he had to cancel last minute. Some internet connection issues and all kinds of things. So the lesson I learned was that I should have a backup person, just in case. So I decided I would at least do a little bit of a live stream, kind of as a test, so that when I do have a guest, I know that everything works fine, as it should. And I'll take this and I'll probably post the video on YouTube, and I'll definitely go ahead and post the episode on all the podcasting platforms just to see how it goes. So huge lesson learned. Have a backup. I texted a couple of my friends who I am going to have on at some point in the future, just to see if they were randomly available tonight, and none of them were, but that's okay. We'll make it work. Lesson number 2 that I learned was I don't think I'm going to announce who's going to be on the show in advance, if that makes sense. So the week before, or the 2 weeks before, I'm not going to say who's going to be on the show, because I announced it in our last podcast, which was not live, but I announced it in the last podcast, and now it's out there saying who my guest was going to be, and he couldn't be here tonight. That's okay. Again, these things happened. I have learned a valuable lesson, 2 valuable lessons, and just going to carry on. So hopefully this works. And I have no idea what I'm going to talk about tonight. None at all. I'm not prepared. But that's okay. Hopefully we'll get some people in the chat. Give me some things to talk about. But okay, well, if you are watching, so really what we're doing on this podcast is we're going to talk about what more than just bacon. It is really just a way for me to say, is like a question, like, how are you more than just a person who goes to work all the time and makes money and comes home, eats dinner, and then goes to sleep and does it again the next day? We have a lot of things in our lives going on, and most of us who work all the time, providing for people or animals or whatever, there's like no time for ourselves. And I think that's a really important thing to notice and to watch out for, and to make sure that you are, kind of carving out time for yourself. So my plan is to have people on that I know, and hopefully at some point that I don't know. And we're going to talk about these things and find out what everybody's doing in their spare time to kind of make sure that they're still themselves, when they come home after work and they've had a long day or a long week. What are we doing? What are we all doing to make sure that we don't go crazy? Because it's easy to forget who you are when you're in the grind every day, just hustling, going out and working and bringing home that money, that bacon. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to be talking to people, and we're going to find out, how everybody's doing, normal people. I don't have any celebrity friends. Well, I might have like half a celebrity friend. Not a lot of people know who this person is, but So yeah, it's just normal people, and we're going to talk about what we're doing. And hopefully we'll get into some really cool topics, and we'll learn about some really cool hobbies, side hustles, kind of, what maybe you can get some ideas on what maybe you can do. Maybe there's something that you haven't tried before, and maybe you want to learn a little more about it. Sounds awesome. So, scheduling wise, right now, it seems like I'm going to be doing this about every 2 weeks. It's an interesting situation I'm in right now. I have that 2 week every other Thursday starting. It was supposed to start today. Every other Thursday, I was going to have a guest on, and we were going to do it live. And then I was thinking the Tuesday after, I would do something like this where I just sit down and I can look at the chat and we can talk and we can just kind of hang out. Obviously, I have to build up more of an audience, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I'm still figuring out the whole, YouTube tags and thumbnails and how to get noticed. Yeah. So anyway, I was going to do this every other week, but really because interviews on Thursdays and then just kind of a hangout and just hang out and talk with the people in the chat on Tuesdays following the Thursday. And that schedule was really only lined up because my current custody arrangement with my kids, it's a 2-2-3 schedule where they basically switch homes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So Monday, so like today's Thursday. I dropped off my kids at their mom's house yesterday afternoon. I will get them back tomorrow, Friday afternoon. I'll have them for the weekend, and then I'll drop them off at mommy's house on Monday afternoon. And then Wednesday, I get them back, so on and so forth. So you can tell I have a Thursday night where I've got nothing going on, and then the next week I have a Tuesday night where I have nothing going on. So right now I got nothing going on. Tuesday night, this coming Tuesday, I will have nothing going on. But I don't think I'll do this on Tuesday because we're doing it now. We didn't have a guest. I don't know. Maybe I will. We'll see. Just depends on how I feel. Maybe we'll do a guest. I don't know. We'll see. We'll just have to see. Make sure if you are watching and you're interested and it sounds like a cool thing, hit the like. Not the like. Well, you can hit the like. Can you hit a like on a live stream? I don't even fucking know. That's weird. Hit the subscribe button and the little bell button. That'll notify you when I'm posting new stuff. And then you can keep up. Right over here, you can tell I've got my Instagram right here. Give me a follow, and that'll keep you updated on what's going on. So yeah, that was the original plan, was to do it like that. Well, my custody arrangement is about to change in the next 3 weeks or so. So I'm probably going to have to... I might be able to do this a little more regularly because I'm just going to have the kids all the time. Just all the time. They're going to be here all the time. So I'm going to have to carve out some time while they're here and tell them just don't come in the office for a couple of hours. Daddy's got his podcast going on. They think it's awesome. They like my podcast. They're extremely excited that I've decided to stream live on YouTube, because my son, at least, wants to be a YouTube streamer. Go figure. He's 8. He's really into Minecraft. And I told him, dude, a lot of competition out there for a Minecraft streamer. So you can give it a good go. But so yeah, the schedule for now is every other Thursday. I'll be doing something like this, whether it's just me by myself talking to the chat, or it'll be an interview with a friend of mine, somebody that I know. And like I said, hopefully at some point I'll be booking people who I don't know, and it'll be a great chance for me to get to know that person, and you'll be able to get to know that person and dive into what they're doing. And I mean, the big goal would be to have, you know, people on that everybody knows. Hate to drop the word, but celebrities. I'm not necessarily chasing celebrities. I'm more chasing people that I'm interested in. And let's face it, some of the people I am interested in are celebrities or celebrity-esque. They're well known. I think there's a lot of people out there who are well known, and maybe rightfully so. They keep a lot of their personal lives close to the chest. They don't like to talk about it. But I think this topic is an important one. You know, like even people who are in the public eye, they make a living and they're grinding every day trying to make money and bring it home. And where's the time for them to do what they love aside from their job? Maybe they don't like their job. I mean, what if you're an actor and you fucking hate your job? Like, what if Brad Pitt fucking hates his job? Well, we're going to find out what he does to cope with that. I doubt I'll ever get Brad Pitt on. But the point is, we're going to find out what people are doing outside of their work to make sure that they're sane and that they can make sure that they are still themselves after they get home and they're no longer working and they've, you know. So, how much time are we at? 10 minutes. It's been 10 minutes. Normally, I'm pretty good at talking to myself. But like I said, I don't have a topic picked out today because I was supposed to have a guest. So I'm just kind of sitting here shooting from the hip. So hopefully the stream is working well. Hopefully it looks good. Hopefully it sounds good. I did a test run a couple of weeks back on like a private stream. You should have seen it. It was crazy. I had my desktop computer running the stream like it is now. And then what did I do? I sent the code to one of my other emails, and I logged into YouTube with one of my other email addresses on my laptop. And so I was like watching the stream on the laptop, but also streaming it here just to see if everything was working right. And then I pulled it up on my phone just to see if it was working. It seemed to work pretty well. I hope it's working well now. Let's see. Looking at my stream settings, it says excellent connection. So not bad. Stream health. Stream is healthy. It's talking about my bit rate. My audio bit rate. My audio bit rate was 160. I tried to max it out because I can. I got a beast of a computer. But it said that YouTube would only let me do 160. And now YouTube is telling me my current bit rate, 0. It's saying 0 in parentheses, is lower than the recommended bit rate. We recommend you use an audio stream bit rate of 128 kilobytes per second. Well, I went into OBS and I dropped it down to 128, and it's still saying that. So hopefully you're hearing me talk. Hopefully you're hearing me talk. Either way, I'm recording it, so at least you'll be able to go back and listen to it and possibly watch the video afterwards if it's not streaming it the way it should. But yeah, we'll see. Like I said, this is all just a giant experiment. In preparation for having my live interviews, I got a couple of people, really good people lined up, friends of mine. They're awesome, awesome people. And I'm pretty excited to have them on. I know that they're excited to be on. One of my friends today, I was just texting him to see if he would come on tonight, but he's busy. He's got work and dinner with the family. Like you do, right? We're trying to be more than just bacon. We're trying to be more than just that worker who comes home, works all day. He's in Texas, so it's 6:45 in Texas. He's still at the office. Then he's going to go home, have dinner with the family. Then what? What's he going to do? He's probably going to turn on the TV, watch something with the wife, put the daughter to bed, hang out for a couple more hours with the wife. We're going to find out what he's doing. I'm going to ask him. He's going to be on this show. But yeah, he said, I texted him. He was like, I'm so excited. It said it was a bucket list item of his to be on a podcast. So I'm not a very big podcast, but hey, I'm a podcast. Check it off the bucket list. Got you covered. He's a really good friend of mine. Been a friend for, 20 years. Going on 20 years. It'll be 20 years this August. He'll be a really good friend of mine. So if you are in the room, feel free to go ahead and start typing in the chat. And I can answer questions. I can ask you questions. We can have a conversation. That's what this show's all about. Conversations with people. Real people. I want to know what everybody's doing outside of work to keep their sanity. Plus, I kind of really want to know if the music is too loud. I don't think it is. Oh, there's my phone. Motion in the driveway. I forgot to mute it. I have a Nest Cam in my driveway, and every time some car drives by, it's always like, motion in the driveway. Oh, man. So how was everybody's day? Did you go to work? Are you working from home? I got to say, on the topic of working from home, might as well talk to myself, right? Maybe I'll cut this down, cut out some of the weird live streamy things, and then post that as the podcast. We'll see. So working from home, I got to say, I've been working from home for almost a year now. My company was cool enough to, it was weird. We weren't really prepared for it. I think they had just launched prior to COVID. They had just launched like a pilot trial session of working from home. So they had issued a couple of laptops to some people and started figuring out how working from home would work, or teleworking is what we used to call it, I guess. Nowadays, everybody calls it work from home. And then COVID hit, and it was like a mad dash. The company bought a shit ton of laptops, and anybody that they could have work from home, they started like filtering these laptops out to all these people, handing all these laptops out. And I was one of the last ones in my group, my little department, to get one. And I think I started working from home in like March or April of last year. So it's been almost a year I've been working from home exclusively. I'm just going to crank the gain on this microphone a little bit. So yeah, dude, working from home for me has been a blessing, an absolute blessing. And I really hope to keep doing it. In fact, if I could work from home all the time, I would, because that's what I've been doing for almost the past years, working from home exclusively. It's fucking fantastic. It works for me because I've got kids half the time right now. I got kids half the time, and I'm hoping that I can keep doing it because I'm going to have the kids full time in a few weeks. So childcare, as some of you may know, is insanely expensive, and I'm not looking forward to paying for that. The kids right now, my kids are, they're doing school at home. So they're doing online school, the whole thing. The school district gave us a choice at the beginning of the school year. They said, you can either have your kids 100% at home doing their schoolwork 5 days a week, or you can sign them up for the cohort thing, which is like half the kids will go Monday, Tuesday, everybody's working from home on Wednesday, and then the other half of the kids will go Thursday, Friday to the school. And my ex and I decided to keep the kids home the whole time just because it seemed like they were going to constantly be pulled to school and then pulled out of school and then pushed back into school and then pulled out of school, which is exactly what happened because inevitably somebody at the school caught COVID, and they would call us up and say school's canceled tomorrow, everybody's going to work from home tomorrow. Like, so it was a smart move for us to keep them at home. At any rate, me working from home has been amazing because now all I have to do is wake up. I wake up like an hour or so before my kids. And I'll like slowly log into my computer, my work computer, get up. My kitchen's through that door. So I'll get up and I'll make coffee, go outside, walk the dog while my computer's booting up. And then I'll come back and like start checking emails. Coffee's finished. So I'll head over and pour my coffee and sit down and do a couple of things, finalize looking through my emails, and then look at the watch and, oh, time to get the kids up. So I'll walk over to their rooms and wake them up, get them ready to log into their computers. If I wasn't working from home, I would I wouldn't be able to get any work done at home, obviously. So I'd wake up still probably 30 to 45 minutes, maybe an hour before the kids, get the coffee stuff done, get the dog walked, and then go wake them up, get them ready for school, fed, and then drive them to school, and then come home and then walk to work. I walk to work because I live really close by. It takes me about 15, 20 minutes to walk to work. So I just walk. So I would have to do all that and then come home, drop the truck off, and then walk to work because I live a lot closer than any of the parking lots. Well, not any of them, most of the free ones anyway. So that would just be a big pain in the butt. And then I would only be able to work like 6 hours because that's how long school is-ish. So I'd have to leave at like 3. Actually, I'd have to leave at like 2:30 to walk home, hop in the truck, then go get the kids by like 3:15. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. And then when do I do the rest of my hours? I gotta get 40 hours a week. I have to get 40 hours a week. So working from home has been amazing because there's no logistics to figure out, especially since the kids are here too. There's literally no logistics. I can work anytime I want to. I've actually worked all the way until 10:30, 11 o'clock at night because I can. Log in at 9 in the morning or log in at 7 in the morning, log in at 4 in the morning, log in whenever I want to. I mean, I have to obviously clear it with my supervisor first and be like, hey, I'm going to be working super early or I'm going to work super late, but they're always cool. So this has just been so amazing. So when I have the kids full time, I'm really hoping I can keep working from home full time because it's been amazing and I'm so glad I can do it. Can't imagine what it's going to be like when I'm by myself. Got nobody else to watch the kids. Gonna be brutal. Let's see. It says I got one person. I wonder who it is. I wonder if it's somebody I know. I wonder if it's somebody I don't know. Who are you, mystery person? I see you. Actually, I don't see you. I have no idea who you are. It just says I have one person. It could be me. I don't know. I've never done this before. Comment if you want. We'll have a chat. It'll be just you and me. Tell your friends if you like the show, or if you think the show concept is cool. This isn't the actual show. I mean, this is more than just bacon. I am the host, Patrick Ryan, but this right here is not what the show is going to be. I'm going to have interviews. That'll be the main show, which I think will be fascinating. I really hope that it takes off. I think it's a cool idea. And I know a lot of podcasters are, it's funny, like I've noticed a couple of different styles of podcasts, to varying degrees of success. most of the successful ones that I've noticed, at least, I mean, I'm probably wrong, but most of the successful ones that I've seen are they're celebrities. It's a celebrity who has their own podcast. Every fucking celebrity has their podcast now. And what do? They interview other celebrities. That's it. That's all they do. They just talk. And then they promote each other's things. And that's the show. I'm sorry, but that's not always as interesting as I would like want. Oh, there's my dog. I may have to take a break here in a second because he's he's getting old and he needs to pee a lot. But so anyway, that's one. Oh, damn it, Halsey. I don't want to do it. I'm live, bro. You hear him barking, don't you? We may have to test out the I'll be right back screen. I don't want to do it. I'd rather just keep talking. So, celebrity podcasts where they just interview other celebrities. Whoopee. And they don't talk about anything, substantial. They just talk about their work. I mean, it's cool. It's neat to listen to sometimes. And sometimes they get a good one and it's a good episode and you can hear some cool stuff that you wouldn't normally hear. But I don't know, kind of over it. Then there are the true crime podcasts, which, kind of interesting, right? I feel like they're getting a little saturated now because even people who aren't major news networks are putting out true crime podcasts, like all kinds of people in spooky podcasts and stuff like that. It's kind of fascinating. And then they always have they all try to sound like NPR where they're like super produced, where they have like fancy music for each moment in the show and stuff like that. I just have music on a loop, or not a loop, but it's a playlist. I'm using, for those of you who know, I'm using Stream Beats because I'm not going to get in trouble for using it. You can't come sue me for using this music. Thank you, Harris Heller. But yeah, the true crime thing. So you've got the celebrity podcasts who interview other celebrities. Then you've got true crime, which is like, I don't know. I think it's kind of getting old. And then there are sports podcasts, I'm sure. I don't really watch sports, so I don't really care about sports podcasts. I'm sure there are a ton of them. And I like to think that comedian podcasts kind of fall into that celebrity podcast zone where it's just comedians talking to comedians. Except for Rogan. I know that Rogan does talk to a lot of people. And it's probably why he's the biggest podcast on the planet, because he talks to anyone and everyone that he says that he books people that he's interested in, the conversations that he's interested in, which is cool. I do listen to his. I don't listen to any of the MMA shows that he does, but let's see what else. And then there's all the NPR things. The NPR ones are pretty good. A lot of news podcasts. Quite a few mental health podcasts. And it's all like, from what I've noticed, it's all been like, this person's really depressed. Like we're talking about depression, or we're talking about, bipolar. There's a center subject. And, I think for me, this definitely is a mental health podcast. I think I would categorize it as a mental health podcast. But I'm not really shining the light so much on that. Like I don't want to sit here and talk about people's, like the focus is not going to be your mental health problems. The focus is going to be, how are you more than just this person who goes to work all the time? How are you dealing with life? And I think that's a question that a lot of us have for ourselves. How am I dealing with life? Sometimes, to be honest, myself personally, there was a time in my life where I got so busy and so wrapped up in everybody else that I didn't even ask myself the question, how am I doing with my life? Am I satisfied with my life? I was just doing. I was just working and then coming home and spending time with the family and going to sleep, and then working and then coming home and then going to sleep. Like that's all I was doing. And so I didn't even it didn't even occur to me to ask those questions of myself because I was so busy taking care of everybody else and making sure that everybody had what they needed. So this podcast is my goal. I want to sit down and I want to slow down and get my guests to slow down. And even if they don't have anything that's like, you know, I can imagine there will be a day where I will have somebody on who's in that moment and they realize, oh shit, how am I more than just bacon? Because I'm going to ask that to everybody. I'm going to be like, how are you more than just bacon? And I want to know. And if they don't have anything prepared, I think that will be a really fascinating show. And that will kind of slowly steer us into this mental health topic that we, you know, are kind of encompassing. Because everybody has mental health issues. Everybody does. You're a human being, you have mental health issues. How big they are and how severe they are is a massively sliding scale, but we all have stuff going on. All of us. All of us. We all experience depression on some level. We all experience joy. Maybe we do. I don't know. But we're going to find out. Some people just maybe never are happy. I'm sure that's possible. I am not a doctor, nor am I a psychologist or a psychiatrist or any kind of ist for that matter. But hopefully anybody watching or listening will find this podcast fascinating. That's all I want. I just want it to be fascinating. Because I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated by this topic. And I think part of it is I'm fascinated by people's stories. You know, what they do for a living, how they got to where they are. And then once they are where they are, how are they dealing with it? Because let's face it, even if you're doing your dream job, there's shit about your dream job that you don't like and that you have to deal with. And even if you're doing your dream job, you're going to need time to not work and remember that you're a person and remember why you love your dream job, like why you love what you do. Kind of recalibrate yourself, you know? So we're going to figure it out. We're going to talk to people. It's going to be fucking fantastic. So I just realized I say so a lot. I got to get back into the swing of talking into a microphone. I have 12 episodes ahead of this, 11 of which are not video. They were just straight audio podcast. And I thought, okay, if I'm going to have guests, why not do a video podcast? And then I was like, oh, dude, if I do a video podcast, why not just do it live? I can do it live. Maybe it'll be an event. Maybe people will start tuning in. And even if they don't, I'm going to post the video on YouTube so you can watch the thing if you want. And then, so I'm probably going to do I'll post the whole video on YouTube, but then I'll probably also do like clips. So like if somebody says something really funny or we have like a small topic that we cover really well, I'll chop that up and put it into a small bite-sized clip. I think that could be cool. Yeah, that's what we're doing. I hope the show takes off. I hope people find it interesting and useful. I think useful would be cool. You know, like if, you know, you're listening and I have somebody on and they're talking about something that you might be interested in, maybe that can be a way for you to go, you know, maybe I can do that too. I hope to inspire people. This beard is new for me. I'm not used to this. Oh, dead air. Music stopped. Come on, next song. There we go. Let's see. What else? Oh, so here's another thing. And I'm hoping that, once I get more people in watching and we start having an actual chat going, mind you, during an episode where I have a guest, there's a good chance that I won't address the chat most of the time. I'm toying with the idea of having like a segment in the show towards the end, maybe, where we will start to address like people's questions. I'll open it up for questions. I think that would be cool. Especially once I get people that are more known. Or even if like you're watching the stream and you happen to know the person that I'm interviewing, I think that'd be cool. You could ask them a question. So you'll obviously get a shout out. And anytime I'm doing one of these where I don't have a guest and we're just hanging out, obviously, I'll be able to do shout outs, which will again be on the YouTube, but I'll also take the audio. Well, just chatting. I don't know if I'm gonna post those on the podcasting platforms. I don't know. We'll just have to see. But I think that could be cool if I have an interview and I can open up the chat and anybody watching can ask a question at some point. That'd be cool. Pick some good questions from the chat, from the stream, from the viewers. So hopefully once I get more people in here, I can start polling and find out, what kinds of stuff you would want to see. Because let's face it, this is a YouTube channel. And I'm not sure how many people listen to a long form podcast. I usually do these, if I'm by myself, I do about an hour, sometimes a little more depending on the topic. If I have a guest, I'm planning on going for at least an hour. And I'll probably cut it off at 3. I don't want to go any longer than like 3 hours. Because I know in my personal experience, when I listen to a 3-hour podcast, I generally don't do it in one go. I break it up. Like I'll take the dog for a walk and listen to like 20, 30 minutes of it. And then later on, when I walk the dog again, I'll get another 30 minutes in, or when I'm in the shower, I'll put it on, or when I'm in the truck driving somewhere, I'll listen to it. So it takes me a couple days to get through an episode of something that long. So I understand that, not everybody's going to sit down and watch a 4-hour podcast or a 3-hour podcast. But then again, a lot of you motherfuckers will watch somebody stream Minecraft all day, or PUBG, or fucking, what's the other one that people are playing these days? Call of Duty. You'll watch somebody stream that all day. So I see you out there. I know what you're doing. Don't you think this could be interesting content? So when I have more people in the chat, I would really like to talk to you, especially on the days where I'm doing something like this. Find out the kinds of things that you want to see. How much time is too much time? How much time is not enough time? What kinds of topics? More importantly, when I'm not live streaming or when I'm not posting podcast content, is there anything else that you'd like to see? And the more we do this, the more you'll learn about me and who I am and what I do. And, maybe some things in my life will be interesting to you and I can post videos about it. Maybe I can do reviews on things if you want. I do have a very strong opinion on a lot of things, products wise, just because I love a good product and I will research the hell out of something before I buy it. So, I could do a product review section on the YouTube channel. Who knows? We'll just have to play this by ear. And so I would take suggestions from anybody who's watching. Take it into consideration. I think we'll give this another 10, 20 minutes maybe. I know my dog is, he stopped barking, which is not a good thing. It's like kids. When kids are being quiet, that's fucking suspicious right there. That is super suspicious. He's getting old. My dog. I love him, but I think his legs are starting to give out, and he's losing he's losing control. So he's probably just in a little bit of pain right now. But we'll give him another 10 minutes. So I hope that at the very least you've enjoyed watching me talk to myself, whoever you are, my one person. It's probably my mom. I bet it's my mom. Are you my mom? If you're my mom, leave a comment. Or my brother. You might be my brother. Anybody who's subscribed to the channel right now probably got a notification, especially if they click that bell. They got a notification saying that I'm live. So it's probably somebody that I know, and they're just not willing to talk to me right now. That's okay. If I find out who you are, I'm going to make fun of you relentlessly. Then I might force you to be a guest. Yeah. Yeah. That'll happen. So, slowly start to wrap this up with 10 minutes left on the clock-ish. I hope that this is going to be useful, and it seems like my test is going well. I think that this podcast could be different enough, just enough, to maybe catch fire. Let's hope that I'm good enough a host that it really starts to take off. I'd really love to get people. Totally forgot to tell you. So I'm going to have a range of guests, just a range, right? Like people from all walks of life. And, but since I am a Navy veteran, if you listen to the past 12 episodes, at least the last episode, which is episode 12, you will know that I am a Navy veteran. And so anytime that I have a military veteran on the podcast, it's going to be special. It's going to be a different thumbnail to look different, because most of my thumbnails are going to look the same. It's going to be a different thumbnail. It's going to be in big capital letters, veteran edition, or I think it's going to say veteran edition. And so I'm going to highlight the fact that I really want to, I'm not going to center the thing around veterans, but I definitely want to highlight veterans. And the guy that I was supposed to have tonight is actually active duty right now, if you listen to any of the previous episodes, like I said, I am a Navy veteran. That's part of the reason why I started this podcast, was because the military has such control over you 24/7. That's part of how I slid into that role of just go to work, come home, go to work, come home, go to work, come home. So for me, it's really important to talk to veterans and see how they're dealing with it. If they're dealing with it. I know this guy's dealing with it. The guy that I was supposed to have on tonight. I know he's dealing with it, and I know he's doing an awesome job, and I know he's a great guy. He is a great guy because I know him. Well, he's not a great guy because I know him. Anyway, you get it. So anyway, yes, veterans. I'm gonna focus on some veterans. I'm gonna make an effort to make sure I keep having veterans on, because I know personally that's a very hard job, and it's very taxing, and it's a time suck. You will literally enlist or get your commission when you're fresh out of school, and as soon as you sign up, your life is, for most people, not about you anymore, especially if you have a kid or 2 kids or 3 kids, or if you have anybody else that you're taking care of. In the military world, what we call dependents. If you have any dependents, you definitely are, your life is almost over. Like it's very easy to slide into working for everybody else except yourself. And I know that from personal experience. So yes, I'm going to continue to have veterans on, and I'm going to try to have them on as often as possible. Because, you know, veteran, like the military community is literally a wonderful slice of, to me, at least in my experience, it was a wonderful slice of America where anywhere I was stationed, I had people that I was stationed there with. Most of us were from there. And so we're kind of all experiencing this new place together, and we come from all different places and all different races, all different religions, and all different, just difference. It's amazing. So I'm excited to talk to more veterans and find out how they're dealing with, or how they dealt with, in my case, dealt with, because I'm no longer in the service. But I think it'll be very interesting to find out how these people are dealing with all the requirements and constraints of being in the military, and how they're remembering who they are while they serve. It's hard. It's hard to do. We're going to find out. So we're going to have special veteran editions along with all the normal folk. That's right. I said it, normal folk. Because veterans were a very special, different breed of human. So, yeah, we're going to have veteran editions. We're going to have normal people. We're going to have all kinds of people. It's going to be awesome. Totally excited. Super bummed that my guy had to cancel tonight. But like I said at the top of the episode, I learned a lesson. Have a backup. Because I frantically texted a couple of people that I know who are going to be on the show, just not tonight. They weren't supposed to be on tonight. I texted a couple people and I was like, hey, man, are you, by chance, what are you doing in half an hour? And nobody was available. That's okay. So that's lesson one. I learned that lesson. Have a backup just in case. You never know when somebody's going to get called away to work, or when their internet's going to be down. You never know. So have a backup. Lesson number two I learned, never announce who's going to be on the show next, because they might bail. Whether it's their fault or not, they might bail. And now I look like an idiot because I totally told you guys who was going to be on the show tonight, and he wasn't able to make it. So, lessons learned. See how I tied it all back together at the end of the episode? That's right. I'm cutting it off in like whenever I feel like it, because I usually talk for an hour, and it's been almost an hour. I don't feel like I have to go for a whole hour, because here I am talking to myself and nobody's saying anything in the chat. I see you, one person, dropping in and dropping out. Are you gone? You might be gone for good. I might be talking to myself now. If that's the case, then cheers. Oh, you're back. Hi, one person. So, all right. Yeah, I think that's it. I hope that my next live episode, well, hopefully there's more people in the chat, and I should probably start advertising. I didn't really advertise this one because I knew that it was going to be a test, and I didn't want to be a huge failure. This is kind of like a soft opening, if you will. Didn't really advertise because I didn't want to fail in front of a bunch of people. But now that I know it works, or it seems like it's working, I really hope this one person would just tell me in the chat or leave a comment after this is posted. Like, did it work? Did it sound good? Did it look good? Did it feel good? Am I pretty? You don't have to tell me I'm pretty. That's fine. Anyway, I didn't advertise this one because I knew I didn't want the pressure. Just wanted to make sure it worked. Next one, I probably will advertise now that I know that it works, and hopefully more people will be in the chat, and we can have a good time. So maybe I'll be on Tuesday. I haven't decided yet. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon. I'm pretty sure. You know what? I should test that. I'm pretty sure it'll give you a notification when I add a new video. And what I've been doing is, or what I did today for this one, was I added the live stream a couple of days before today. So there was a thumbnail loaded, there was a description, there were tags, there were all kinds of stuff. And it was listed there as like, it said, I think YouTube said something like premiering on February 25th or whatever at 7 p.m. or something like that. So I think it'll notify you when I post one of those. And I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to try to post at least one day ahead of the live stream. I'm going to post the actual live stream information. So hopefully you'll get a notification letting you know that, hey, he's going to live stream tomorrow. Then you can also subscribe or follow me, Instagram, my one person who's watching right now. More Than Just Bacon. So at More Than Just Bacon, that's on Instagram. And you can also follow my personal one at Patrick Ryan, PADDRICRYAN. So at More Than Just Bacon and at Patrick Ryan. Follow both of them. Follow neither of them. Follow one of them. Whatever you choose. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the bell icon. Like some of the videos if you want. You can dislike the videos. I don't really care at this point. I just want some engagement. I want more people watching because I really do think that this topic is going to be fascinating. And once I have some guests on here, I think it's going to have we're going to have some really cool conversations. And I think we'll all find out that you don't have to be famous. You don't have to be a celebrity to have a really cool story and a really cool opinion and a really cool outlook. So we're going to prove to everybody that the little guy can do it. That's right. Get caught up in my headphone cable. All right, one viewer. I'm getting out of here. Thank you for stopping by. This has been More Than Just Bacon. Also, let me know in a comment, either on the post or here in the chat, if you think that the everything in the stream went well. Oh, why don't we try some stuff? This is some stuff that I came up with. Watch this. This is neat, right? We can switch to camera 2. Huh? It's kind of an ugly camera. It's an actual webcam. Yeah, it's gross. I don't like it. Back to camera 1. Look at that transition. Woo! I put a lot of work into this for you out there. Here's this. So in case I want to show you my desktop, see, this is you. This is how I know there's one. Let's switch. Watch this. Right here. But you can't see it. Right there. That right there is how I know. Right there. One person. Hello, one person. And what's this one? I forgot. Oh, this is what it's going to look like when I have somebody in the stream. You'll see the person up here. It's going to be pretty sick, right? Pretty dope. I put a lot of work into this thing. So once I get, we'll go back to this. I made all these transitions and I mean, I'm not fucking around, folks. We're trying to be professionals here. So we're all set up. We're good to go. And, hopefully once I start doing this more, we will have more people in the chat. And like I said, we're going to open it up. I think that's a really good, I've pretty much convinced myself that's a good idea. So at the end of the episode or towards the end, or if we just fucking run out of things to talk about, I'll start looking at the chat and see if there's anything that anybody wants to ask my guest or myself or whatever. I think that's a cool idea. And if it makes it, I mean, shit, if we do that and then, that'll make it onto the podcast. So, and I'll say your name too. So if your name is, I like bacon 123, then I'll be like, I like bacon 123 says, or asks, what do you think about blah, blah, blah? And then you'll be not only in the live stream, but you'll be in the video that posted later I'll post it later so people can watch it, but also you'll be on all the podcasting platforms. I'll call your name out. It'll be dope as shit. For free, son. I have no idea how I'm going to monetize this thing. I would like to, because let's face it, I would love to do this for a living, but right now I just like doing it. I like hearing people talk. I like hearing their stories. So to me, it's a bonus at some point if I ever get to get paid for this. We'll see. Anywho, see, that burned 4 minutes right there. Look at that. All right. Thank you for tuning in, my one viewer. Let me know how it went. If you can, if you feel like it. If you know me, fucking just text me. Send me a message. If you don't know me, make a comment. I'm going to post this just because I don't have any content right now. It might actually automatically post it. I don't know. Like I said, this is an experiment. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm trying it. I mean, I know what the fuck's going on. I just don't know what YouTube's going to do on their end. Like, I know that I'm recording it, but are they going to post it after I'm done? Who knows? We're going to find out. They didn't ask me if I wanted to automatically post it. They might just do it. We'll see. Either way, let me know how it sounded. Let me know how it looked. Any feedback you have would be greatly appreciated. Thank you to the one person watching. I love you. Make sure you come back next time. And, well, I'll see you next time. See? Pause the music. And I have to do this right here.